Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder and CEO of Business Marketing Engine, which is BME for short. And today, what I want to share with you is 5 reasons why you should consistently invest in your website. Sometimes our websites are kind of forgotten things or on the back burner, and we forget the power of having an effective website in place. And so I'm going to break down these 5 reasons, things that you can take into consideration, and ways that you can actually get way more value out of the site you have today, or even way more value out of the site that you plan to build or update. So stay tuned, and I'll share it with you. I always like to remind all the prospects I talk to, my friends, the clients we work with, that your website, if it's treated well, will become that digital employee that will work really hard for you 24/7, 365. It's going to be there. It's going to be producing. It's going to be educating your audience. It's going to be helping you build your email list. It's going to help you really sell by serving the right things to folks. It's going to help you train not only your prospects and your clients, but also your employees to do the right processes and the right things. And so that's the first thing, is just to remember that if you treat your website well, if you invest in it consistently, it can really perform. But if you ignore it, it would be the same as hiring somebody to come into your company and saying like, I'll talk to you like every few months, and the rest of the time I just want you to figure it out and do your best. That person at best, would quit because they wouldn't be motivated. They wouldn't understand why they're there, and they'd be meaningless work. And at worst, they would stay on forever and just cost you time and money and not produce anything. Neither of those is good, right? So we need to have that same mindset when we think about our websites, because it is a digital employee that can work longer and harder and for a longer period of time than humans can, in a lot of sense, right? The second reason why you should definitely consistently invest in your website is because year over year, your market changes, and your website should be focused on serving your market with timely and up-to-date information. And so by updating it frequently, you're actually matching where your audience is, where your prospects are, where your clients and customers are. And it's going to be something new and fresh. A simple example is if you've ever shopped consistently in a brick and mortar store. I know we do a lot less of that these days, and I'll actually use another example too. But if we think about a brick and mortar store, maybe you've gone into like a Kohl's or a Target, or even a Walmart. If you go in there every week, what happens is they change up the end caps on the aisles. They move stuff around. It's called merchandising. I worked with one of the largest shoe companies in Chicago for a season, actually helped them build websites and manage a bunch of their technology and marketing. And I remember going to the stores and learning a ton about merchandising. And merchandising is essentially just presenting new information that may be valuable or helpful to the consumer. And so by putting new products on the end caps, or by changing the displays, or decorating for the different seasons, what those merchandising experts are doing is they're catching your attention and providing value to you as something that you would need. And we need to treat our websites the same way. We need to think about, how can we put new information up there? How can we update them consistently? How can we provide tools and information and resources that really serve our audience? The third thing that can help you consistently invest in your website and get more performance out of it is just take a very simple look at what your web visitors are doing. You can look at this through Google Analytics. And if you don't know how to do that, reach out. I'd be happy to point it out to you. But you can look in Google Analytics for the last 3 months or 6 months or a year, and you can see, here's the top pages on my website that are performing. Are people mostly coming to my homepage? So I should make that something that I change up and communicate well with. Are they reading some of the articles or blog content? Are they looking at my services page? You can see what pages are most popular, and that way you can make sure you're promoting those even more, and you're making sure they're relevant and up to date. I remember writing an article, I think about 5 years ago now, about how to attract high ticket clients, high value clients. It was a simple, informative article that just broke down the process that we use to help our clients bring in really high value, profitable customers. And from that, I had a few people call me and say like, hey, how can we work with you? And something as simple as that, is providing useful information, allowed us to grow our business. And that's how you can treat your website. If you're investing in great content, if you're solving problems for people, then it's something that they will find valuable. They'll trust you more. And again, it just comes with that mindset and that approach of, how do I keep putting valuable information up there? How do I invest in this digital employee so that they broadcast information to hundreds and thousands of people, over the course of time? The fourth reason why you should invest in your website, and this is one of the things that I don't think people think about as much, is you can actually automate large pieces of your business with having simple forms and tools and little pieces of software on the site. We have a site that we use. We used to have it on our main site, but our team's gotten so big that we separated into a separate site. But we have a forms website where all of our employee forms are, a lot of our vendor and client forms are, where we're able to just collect information and automate the transfer of assets and information and scheduling and details, because we have a site that is just basically it does probably 50 to 60, maybe even 70% of our HR work for our employees and other planning things like that. So when you're building a website, you can think, okay, what else can I put on here? Is there a tool I can create that I do manually for prospects or customers right now that I can put in here and automate so I can serve my customers more and get more prospects and customers from it? Is there a tool or a process or something that if you automated it would save your employees time? That's how you make your website an asset, by saving time and bringing in new revenue at the same time. So that's the fourth thing to pay attention to. The fifth thing is just to be consistent investment over the long term, because it's going to help you beat your competitors. All of us, unfortunately, have visited a website on our smartphone and gone, wow, this looks like it's from like the 90s or early 2000s, because it's not mobile friendly. And it looks like they haven't updated. Oh yeah, they haven't updated this since 15 years ago. Anytime you ignore your website like that, you are actually hurting your business and stealing revenue from yourself. And so by consistent investment over time, paying attention to what your audience needs, your customers needs, the things your team needs, you can make it a high performance tool, a 24/7 digital employee, like I shared, that can really get great results. So just think a little bit differently about your website today. Ask yourself, how can I get more value from it? Because if you have an idea of what to do, there's absolutely a way to build it. We've built so many different web applications. We've built many different websites, and we've built things out that have really moved the needle for our clients. And so if you're looking for help with that, please reach out. We would love to serve and help you with any of your web and development needs and any of your design needs. You can reach us at businessmarketingengine.com. I appreciate you taking time to tune in today. And tomorrow we're going to keep talking about web and design and development, because it's such a huge part of business and marketing and just all the technology that we need in our lives as business owners and entrepreneurs today. I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and we will see you tomorrow.